Today I am doing a shop my stash for fall, and I'm so excited to roll in some new makeup products. I've been really inspired by the change in weather, seeing the fall leaves. I've been watching a lot of fall TV shows and movies. Just really excited to incorporate that into my makeup. So before I start, I want to lay some ground rules for myself because I want to be more intentional with the products that I'm using this season. I feel like last time for summer I brought in a lot of products, but then throughout the months I was still bringing in more because I wanted to use it or it was a new product, and I felt like I just didn't have anything cohesive, and I also had a lot in my drawers, which made it really hard to decide what to wear sometimes. And it would be so complicated that sometimes I would just wear concealer and some lip gloss, maybe a tiny bit of blush. So I really do want to be more intentional with some looks. So thinking of fall, I thought of 3 different color looks that I want to curate my makeup for this season. So the first one is going to be just an everyday look, so pretty basic, really just a sheer pink or light pink for lips and blush, and then just whatever basics that I use. So I have some eyeshadow palettes that are kind of neutral, and I think that would be good for those because I don't always want to do something like super inspired by a certain type of look, and I think this would be fun to just get some use and rotation if I do want to do like a basic makeup look. The second look is all about warm tones. That's what I think fall, and that's kind of the only time I feel like I use warm tone shades, especially for like eye looks. In the summer, I like more of these burnt oranges, so it kind of looks like a tan, a little bit of a sunburn. That's kind of where I go to, but I'm talking about like oranges, yellows, reds, and I have a few already in mind that I want to use. I feel like this is kind of the only time of the year that I reach for those colors, so I want to make it count. And the third look is going to be kind of a 90s inspired cool toned look. So I don't know, I've been seeing it all over my For You page on YouTube. I have been so inspired towards like a super matte look, like cool toned contour and some cool blush and a cool lip and lots of matte eyeshadows. I have been reaching more towards just a matte look, whereas I'm usually more of a glitter or a shimmer person. So I am really inspired to kind of play around and manifest this look. So those are the 3 looks that I'm going to be focusing on trying to create with what I already have. I'll also be organizing my drawers, so my skincare drawer and my daily makeup drawer, as well as cleaning my makeup brushes. So grab a drink or a snack or shop your stash too, and let's get to it. This is the current state of affairs of my vanity up here, and I'm thinking of redoing this. So right now I have just a lot of like random lip products and just random stuff, but I want it to be either Project Pan stuff that fits here or anything that I'm trying to finish soon. And I need to figure out what to do because these 2 are almost empties, and then this one I've just been using, so it's kind of been living up here, but I do want this to be a lot cleaner. Second portion, I want to redo all of this. There's so much stuff in here. I keep pulling things in that I don't get to use the products that I'm wanting to because I have a decision fatigue, and I don't know. It needs to be much cleaner than this. I also want to organize this drawer. It's all my eyeshadow palettes and then skincare and setting sprays, but I do not need that much in here right now, so I just want to make it much cleaner and so I can actually use my products. And the last part of today will be washing my makeup brushes. I love doing this because this is a perfect reminder for me to do it, and my makeup and skin always look so much better after that. So let's get started. So I want to start by removing all the products that I know aren't part of my project pan and see how much room I have left. So for this drawer, I'm going to do the same thing, removing anything that I know doesn't belong in here or that I feel is kind of seasonal. There are a few Project Pan items in here, so those will stay. wow, is that bare bones? So I'm really excited to pick some products now. I'm gonna go one by one through each category and try and look for products that fit those types or little makeup bags I wanna make and see what I end up with. And then we will move on to my skincare and palettes and then washing brushes. First, want to start with primers, and I've been on a pore erasing, smoothing primer kick lately. I'm gonna do a video reviewing a bunch and telling you which ones I think are worth it. But to start, this one for sure is in my project, and I feel like I'm not even using it. It just doesn't really go well with the foundations I'm trying to pan. So I think I'm gonna move this one out because I would rather pan those foundations this year rather than this. However, I'm gonna swap it out with this one. I've also have been using this one lately and I really enjoy it. It goes well with my foundations, but I don't know. And then the Bobbi Brown one is also really good. I just recently tried this for the first time and I love how hydrating it is and feels really, really good and just makes my skin feel healthy. So I'm thinking of these three. I feel like that's a lot of primers, but I think it's okay because these are technically going to be in my primers video, so I think it's okay. And I know this one works with my foundation. This one I'm not so sure. Selling on these three for the next few months. For foundations, these are the two that I currently have that I'm trying to finish, and I feel like I'm so close with both of them. This one is driving me insane, but it's about right here, and I can just taste finishing these, and that would be really awesome to have finished 2 this year. So I really want to keep chugging away at these. However, this one is way too light for me, and I just feel like it doesn't give me enough coverage. This one I'm actually noticing is slightly warm on me, which is very odd because this used to be my perfect match. It's Natural Ivory 112, but I don't know, lately I feel like it pulls a little warm. Either way, I'm still gonna finish both, but I want to introduce some other foundations to use. This is one I've really been enjoying for a while. I put this one on first, and then I put this one on my high points, so my forehead and my cheekbones, and blend it out. And then I have the perfect shade. So I do want to use this still. And then hear me out, I want to bring in 2 more. So this Tarte one is also pretty light on me, but I'm wanting to compare it to this shade because they're both fairly light, but I always thought the Tarte one's just a little bit more. And that one's 12N Fair Neutral. I just want to see how they compare, and this one also has really great coverage. I was thinking with fall and leaning into the end of summer, you still kind of want some glowiness, and that's why I was thinking this sheer glow tint from Charlotte Tilbury. I feel like it doesn't give enough coverage for foundation, and it's also just really glowy. It's like a stick version of this or the Charlotte Tilbury one, but I want to try out. I know it doesn't work really well with this foundation nor this one, so I do want to try it with the Tarte one, see how it holds up, or maybe some powders. Either way, I want to try it out a little bit, but I will probably be putting this one back after a week or 2. So I'll be bringing in 4 foundations, maybe 5. For concealer, I've recently only been using my NYX Bear With Me unless it's for a video or something. But again, I'm finding that this one is just slightly too dark. It's not yet where I'm oh my god, I need to wear something else, but it's getting there. So I have been mixing it in with a color corrector, a peach toned one. That seems to be working, but I do want to bring in some other ones for when that time does come. And I was thinking both of my NARS, so I have the potted version as well as the creamy concealer. I loved these so much, in high school and early college. I used both of these consistently. I'm really happy to just have them back because this one is so good. It has really, really good coverage. I think the last time I had one was 3 or 4 years ago, and I got to the end of it where it got really dry and crackly, and it wasn't working so well, so I got rid of it. I just never repurchased it because I had those memories of towards the end when it was really drying. But this one has really good coverage, as does this one. This one's matte, and I feel like it just looks really good for covering acne or even your under eyes. It looks really nice. So I'm gonna bring in 3 concealers. So onto lips. I 100% know I took out way too many, but I was just trying to craft what I could for the 3 different looks. So this is what I came up with. I definitely need to limit these per category, but I thought it'd be fun to just swatch them and find out which ones I'm gravitating towards. So here is like the pink kind of daily wear category. Then I have more cool toned, grungy shades. And then over here, my really warm fall shades. So I think I'll start with the pinks because that's what I'm the most unsure about. But I have one lip liner, 3 glosses, a lip plumper, and a lip balm. I guess 2 of these are lip plumpers. So this is also going to help me narrow down because I'm not really a huge fan of this shade. I would like to try it a few more times just to see, but I don't really like it. And it also has just this really unsavory peppermint kind of taste and smell, which I'm not a huge fan of either. Pulled out this LA Girl Ultimate Intense Day Auto Liner in the shade Eternal Pink. I feel like I never used this one, but it is a nice, just really nice cool pink. I don't know, I feel like it's just too vibrant for me, even though I have it, but I think it would be fun to give it a try. Maybe it could also go with like the grungy smoky eyes and then a bright pink lip. That could be pretty. And then even the lip glosses I chose are pretty sheer, except this one from the ColourPop collection. The Fiona and Donkey ones are my favorite. I guess the name is Ogress and Noble Steed. But I don't know what it is about these. They just look so good and just make your lips look plump. And this one has a nice, pretty glimmer in there. She's pretty. I really like that one. So I think that one's for sure one I want to use. And I really like doing this type of video because I get to use some brand new products, but then also some of my old favorites or stuff that I haven't gotten to use very much. So those are so different, but definitely this one. And then I pulled this one in. This one is so sheer. It doesn't show up with this color, but it is really moisturizing. And I feel like I don't have that much left in there. And this could maybe be something I finish soon, if not by like Christmas. Yeah, it is so sheer, but it is really hydrating. So I think that one is also an easy. I'm going to use that one. I forgot to mention, this is from the Ulta Beauty collection, and this is like bubblegum. What is the shade? Yeah, bubblegum shade. Again, it's so sheer, but I do like the formula. Maracuja Juicy Lip Plump, and this is in Primrose. It's a really pretty like rosewood shade. Like that one and that one, they definitely seem what I was kind of going for this look. Then the one from Buxom, this is Soft Blush. This one's also a lip plumper. But I just feel like it's just too concealer lips on me. I don't know. Oh, I can already feel the heat on my arm. And then lastly, this is just another lip balm. This one's from e.l.f. And this one I'm not 100% about just because I have so many other lip balms I'm trying to work on. But it does fit the category of what I'm going for. I feel like they all fit except that bright pink. So I think that one is going to not make it this round. But, I'm thinking these 4 and not these 2, just because this one is kind of newer. I mean, I got it like a few months ago, but I have other lip balms of this type that I really want to finish. Like some of my Summer Friday ones are older, and I use these a lot. So I'd rather just finish those and then bring this in later. Whereas these 2 I really like, and I know I can at least hopefully finish that one. This one I also like, and I feel like kind of a 2-in-1 where it's a plumper, but then there's that color in there. So I would like to get some more use on this one. And then I can also test this one out because I don't know, it like fits the color story, but I feel like it just looks too concealer on me. So I want to test it a few more times and decide if I want to keep it or not. So I think 4 for 1 is a good point to start at. Maybe I can make one of these categories 3 products, but I feel like that's gonna be kind of tough. Oh my god, and that lip liner is not budging. I am going to town trying to get it off. Oh no. It is, wow, that's some good lasting power. I really had to scrub at my hand with hot water and soap, and it's still kind of there. So hopefully it doesn't distract from the other swatches. I'm kind of scared for the lip stains, so I think I'll do those ones last. Okay, I think I want to start with the warm shades first, just because I feel like that'll be easier for me. So I have quite a few here, and if you can't tell, I've been pretty obsessed with lip stains recently. They're just so fun. I love doing it and then building a combo on top, because at the end of the day, at least you still have that main color. This one is Urban Decay, and this is from their Vice collection. This is Matte Horchata, And this one is really interesting because it looks very nude, almost brown, but it pulls quite warm on me. And I think it is just so pretty and chocolatey. So I think that is a really good option. And do I have any other? I think that's it for kind of the brownish shades. This one I picked up at Walgreens like early in the summer, and it's Marble Lips from Soap and Glory. I feel like I've heard so much about this brand, but then I've never been able to find products. So when I saw this, I really felt like I needed to get it, but it's a lip serum stick, which was pretty intriguing to me. And the shade is Rosy Chic, and it is a nice, just rosy, warm shade. It's really pretty. And I found this moisturizing, but it also seemed like it dried down matte. I don't know, I kind of don't remember. But I think that's also a really pretty option. Next up is the Maybelline Super Stay Teddy Tint in shade Current Mood. I've also been on the hunt of matte textures lately. I don't know why, but the moussey matte shades have just been all over, and I really like them. Oh, that is pretty. This is gonna be tough. I thought this category was gonna be easier, but it's proving to not be so easy. Another product I've been really impressed by is L'Oreal Plump Ambition, and this is a lip oil, but it has this really cute kind of sheer sheen in there. Oh, and the shade is Nude Macaron. And again, that just goes so well with all of these. That is really pretty. Then we have some really bright and warm tone shades. This one is Woma Ross, and this one is really, really dark. I feel like an almost plum leaning. It's kind of like a maroon plum. I feel like that might be a nice option because I have a lot of these like brownish reds, and this might be nice if I really want something very warm toned and just very bold. That's how I'm kind of feeling about this one too. So this is NYX Lip Ivy. These are awesome if you haven't tried them. They're so glossy as a gloss, and they also leave a really nice even stain. So this one is shade Ready Set Wet. I have 2 stains. So this one is really, really red. I mean, look at that pigment. That's really nice. And then this is one I was really tempted by recently. This is, what is this? This is the Clio Crystal Glam Tint. And look at that cute little apple on top. It's so cute. But this is also a gloss and a stain. Oh, that is just such a nice color. It's really, really pretty. And this one is like apple. I don't see the name of it, but I'll have to look it up because I just have this one. But wow, are those so pretty. Oh, this is going to be tough. Okay. I really thought the other ones were going to be tough, but this is proving harder than I thought. Okay, I really have to make some choices. So I think first off, even though that one is stunning, that might be better for Christmas and Thanksgiving, you know, all those warm, toasty holidays and festivities. So I'm going to have to take this one out, even though I really want to play with that one. However, I'm thinking this one is perfect. I mean, it has an apple on it. Like, that just screams fall. I feel like I have to keep that one. And then, oh, I messed up the order. Okay. So even though I really wanted this one, I feel like this might be better in this category. Because looking next to these, it looks more neutral to me and slightly cool toned. So I actually think I want it over there. It's so interesting how colors do that, where next to all these very obvious reds, it starts to look cool toned. So this one was, oh no, I forgot. I think that was this one. Yeah, I think that would be a nice option because it's a nice glossy, comfortable formula, and it's slightly warmer than that. Yeah, I think that will be a good kind of neutral but warm tone shade. So I think this was that one. I have to swatch some of these again. So I think this one would be a good option too because, I don't know, I feel like matte lipstick is very autumn. So I'm thinking these 3. I don't know, I did want to bring in that bold lip. However, I do have project pan items that I still need to work on, so I can have too much fun. So I think this is going to have to be the category where I go with 3. I definitely need to swatch on this hand now because the stains are really going to interfere with the new swatches. So this is my cool toned kind of grungy look. I wasn't really sure where to go with this, so I kind of went with some like neutral browns and some like purpley plum shades, and just ones that I felt very grungy wearing, but also still a nice, comfortable, kind of bold lip. I'm curious to see how this one compares to these ones that are so obvious cool toned, because in the other category, I felt like this was looking neutral, almost cool toned. So we have that one. And then I have this lip liner from e.l.f. It is their Love Triangle, and I believe the shade is Mauve. This one's a nice comfortable formula too, so I feel like if I wanted to wear this one on its own, I could. Okay, so those look quite comparable. I feel like this one is obviously warmer, but they do kind of seem like they would be in the same color family. Next up, I have this MAC lipstick in Creme in Your Coffee, which is just a classic. Ooh, that one's really pretty too. See, now that one looks kind of warm. I don't know, I feel like I'm losing my mind now. And then, what do I want to play with next? This one is Noble Steed from ColourPop. This is the other one that I was really, really loving. So it's just such a nice, oh, look at that buttery formula. It is so pretty. And this is one that kind of inspired me for this look because I feel like it's kind of a shade I've been hunting for, and I've been really liking like a smoky matte eye lately. Okay, I need to put these in the order that I swatched them. Okay, and then I wanted to see how this compared because I feel like it's actually more pinky or red. So I want to see how it compares to some of these. But this one is from Fui, and this is their Rosy Glaze. And this one is so, so cute. Like, oh, look at that. So I have a little applicator for it. So, oh, it's kind of dirty. I really like these because it's just kind of like a glossy glaze on your lips. It's really pretty and just so comfortable. Then, like I said, I've been obsessing over lip stains, so these are the three. So I'm going to do this one first just because it seems like the most obvious with the current color story. So this is another Lip IV in Hydra Honey. And that one was really nice too. Oh, that looks so yummy. And then I was curious because this one is more purpley, I feel like plum, but I did want to see how it looks because it is still cool toned. This is from Etude and it's a fixing tint. The shade, oh, I don't have the shade. Cranberry Plum. So yeah, like I said, a plum shade. But I just want to, okay, that's definitely, oh, that's pretty. Okay. Oh, this is going to be hard again. And then this one is from Tier and this is their Water Glow tint in the shade Muty Rose. You guys, this is going to be so hard to pick. Oh no. What have I done? Okay. This is so hard. Why did I make this so hard and pick so many? Okay, I think right off the bat, I need to pick 4. I would like to do 3, but I'm gonna do 4 max. Okay, let's see. So we have this bullet lipstick, lip liner, another lipstick, gloss, stain. Okay. I think I'm gonna go with this NYX Lip IV because I did really want that other red one, and that just looks so buttery, and oh, I can already see looks with that, so I think that's a good contender. And I feel like this one from ColourPop is almost identical. Like, I think this one is just slightly more pigmented and it has that staining. This one is going to be a no for today. I think I will do the lip liner just because I don't really have any this shade right now. So I think this would be a good one. And it's a little lighter. And I think I'll get rid of the MAC one because I already have the Velvet Teddy in a rolling project. And I feel like those are also very, very similar. So that one's going to be a no. Okay, so I have these two currently. I think I want this one. This one is really cute and I just like that sheer, which I feel like I can play around with other products, like layering it. And also it's just kind of different. I think I do want one bold one, so I'm going to go with the Etude one. Again, just for like that variation in texture. So then these two will be a no. So that leaves me with these 4. So these are all the ones that I settled on, and I do just want to show some of the Project Pan ones I have as well, because it's more than this. So I have this Tower 28 lip gloss. It's a little sampler in pistachio, and I mean, a little spoiler, but I'm plowing through this. I love this one. It is so nice, and I'm gonna miss it when it's gone. Definitely will be on my repurchase list, but not anytime soon. But I am really excited to finish this. Project Pan product is my Charlotte Tilbury lip liner in Pillow Talk. Also making really good progress with this. One I like on its own or layered. And this kind of fits in like that warm category. This is kind of like that everyday look. Another one I'm not so fanatic about finishing, but it's the Charlotte Tilbury lipstick. But look how much is left. Like, I need to finish this. And if I could do that before winter, that would be really great. And then a few others are some Glossier ones in my overall Project Pan. Oh, this is the wrong one. I'm supposed to have jam, and this is cake. Pretend that's jam. But I do have the cranberry in the Ultra Lip, and I've actually really been loving this one lately. I like that it's like sheer but buildable, and I feel like I'm making some progress. So I kind of want to just keep working on this one. I don't think I'm going to finish jam this year, but I think I would like to at least make significant progress with this one. I don't think I'm going to finish it, but if I could get halfway or closer, that would be really, really good. So yeah, these are the lip products I will be having for fall. Okay, that was really tough, but this category is so easy. So this is bronzer / contour, and I am literally just bringing in 2 products. So NYX Buttermilk Bronzer in the shade Buttercup is the one I am trying to pan by the end of the fall. So here's a little preview to where I am making really good progress, and I just want to keep expanding and finish this up. So I think I can do that, but this is going to have to be my focus for bronzer. However, I was thinking for that kind of grungy or even everyday looks, I might want something more cool toned. So this is the Makeup by Mario Sculpting Shaping Stick in Fair. And I really like this formula. I bought this for my birthday last year, and I'm really happy I did. It's just a nice color, and it just looks really nice. So these are the 2 that I'll be using. For highlighter, I'm also keeping it so simple. So this is my Project Pan one, but that is one I really want to make lots of progress on. And then this one is from Fenty Beauty. It's their Matchstick in Starstruck. And I feel like it's just kind of that time of year for kind of something glimmery, shimmery, and kind of in your face, but also kind of subtle. And I like that this is kind of a pearlier champagne shade, but I think these will go greatly with all 3 looks. On to blushes. Surprisingly, I didn't take out like 20 for this category, though that definitely seems like me. And that's because I have some big blush goals this year, and I really want to finish at least 2 more. So I need to be kind of strict with myself. So I'm gonna pull in the ones that I am project panning as well, just to get a better idea and kind of how these go together. Yeah, once I pull them all together, then it looks like I have a lot. So let me just talk through them. So this is the one I am currently finishing. I have made it my priority. However, I feel like I am going through it nicely, and I feel like I'm gonna be done with it soon enough. So I'm okay with allowing myself to use other blushes, especially for these kind of themed looks. But this one will definitely suit kind of that grungy as well as everyday look that I'm going for. So, and that's kind of how I've been using it currently. But I do want to have a little bit more variety because I love blush. Then I have this one from Rare Beauty, which is also really close to being finished. I swear it's just on the walls now. And this one is a mini, so this goes perfectly for that cool toned look. And yeah, I think it's kind of self-explanatory. But these are 2 that I want to completely finish by the end of the year. Then we have my NARS mini, which the goal is just to pan now, and I've been really struggling with this one. So I'm gonna have to make it an effort. I'm really working on getting a pan in that corner there, but I don't know when that's gonna happen because I'm not even using it. So this one is staying in until then. And then my About Face in Cowgirl. I'm really sad because I don't know, I feel like it doesn't close properly. It's this gorgeous, gorgeous orange, but I only need to use it like 8 more times for my Project 10 uses, but I would like to keep it in because this is a really nice fall color. It would go perfectly for that warm look, and I also just really like the formula. As you can see, I already have a swatch on my hand, and that's because I was grabbing this and I tried to open it, and I dug my nail into it. I hate how difficult it is to open these. Oh, that is scary. So yeah, that happened. So I figured try not to waste all of it and do a swatch. Oh, there's still some in my nail. Cool. But honestly, I'm kind of not wanting to use this because of that. But I wouldn't wear it this dark. I would definitely like sheer it out more, but I'll do that once I swatch everything. So then I have this one from the ColourPop track, and this is an Instant Crush. And I wanted to kind of see how it compares to that one. By color, it looks much more red, almost maroon, but I also want to see just how the formula feels. Oh, it's actually quite sheer. Oh, I feel like they're close. This one is definitely more pigmented and leans a little bit more brown. This one's quite sheer. Interesting. Cool. So then I pulled out a lot of warm ones. So this is from LYS and this is Elite. Also a really nice formula though, quite dewy. So if you want it to last, this is definitely one that doesn't last all day. This one is newer to me. It's MAC and it is the Grand Glow Play Cushiony Blush. I've been obsessing over these, so I did get one. And it is just so pretty. And it's also really fun. Oh my, okay. But I like that it's buildable. It's kind of hard to get a swatch with your hand. Let me try with a brush. I feel like I need a denser brush. Like it's swatching for me, but I feel like it's not showing up on camera as well. It's just a little bit more pigmented on the swatch, but it is really glowy and it just looks like a nice healthy kind of shade. So I think that is also a good contender. The last one is actually a lip product, but I hate how it feels and looks on my lips, so I've converted it to a blush and it's really pretty. This is the NYX Smooth Whip in Kitten Belly, and it's a matte one, but it's a really nice red, but I feel like on my lips, it looks too, like there's white pigment as the base. I don't know what it is, but I hate how it looks on my lips, and also the matte is just kind of gross. But as a blush, it is really nice. It's super pigmented and spreads well, and it also lasts all day. So yeah, I picked a very strange variety, but I really wanted to see like what gaps I could fill. So I feel like I should swatch the other ones to be able to compare, to see what I need. There's the About Face, which is a really pretty cream to powder formula, and also just a nice orange shade. Then I have my e.l.f. in Dusty Rose. This is the one I'm trying to finish, and I really love this one. The color is perfect. Ooh, okay. So this one's kind of like a more like low contrast, almost diffused kind. Also on camera, this one looks more like peachy shade, but I don't know, they seem comparable. Then the Rare Beauty is a really cool toned pink. I'm not a huge fan of it, and I feel like the formula is also kind of patchy, even though it's so pigmented. But it's pretty and it's glowy, and you know, I will get my use to it. So this is what I have to pick from. Okay, so this one is staying. So I feel like, unfortunately, I do have to not use that one because they're just so similar. So I don't get to use my MAC. Then from these two, I think I do want to lean towards this one. I really like this one in the summer, actually, just because it has kind of like that burnt look. And I do want to see how I feel about this formula, and I kind of like that it's a little bit more sheer cousin of this one. So these ones are all staying back here. Okay, I feel like that's pretty easy to pick this one because this just kind of feels more wintry, like rosy cheeks. And I also feel like this one just kind of has that healthy glow, and it's also a bit more cool tone. So if I want something more pigmented and deeper than this for kind of a grungy look, I think that's a good option. And then I kind of have like a nice family of colors. So I think it will be a 6. Okay, for setting powder, I'm being pretty easy with this category, though I'm gonna kind of hate pan a little. So I picked this one over my Huda Beauty Cherry Blossom because I feel like I've been using that one a lot, and while I love it, it is very drying. And I feel like the very bright under eye doesn't really go with any of these looks that I'm going for. Whereas this one, it's still the pink version, but it's just a little bit more natural, I feel like, and a little bit more wearable for every day. So I feel like this could be good with all the looks. And then this one from Hourglass, oh boy, do I not like it. So this one, I just feel like it makes me look really dry, and I notice it oxidizes some of my foundations. And it is a mini, and as you can see, I feel like I have almost half of it completed, which I think if I can force myself to use this, I can be done with it. So because I have some new foundations rolling in, I thought it would be a good idea to see how this looks with them. If I find that it doesn't look good with any of them, I'm gonna give it one more round for my winter foundations. And if it doesn't work with any of these, then I'm passing this along because I can't get it to work. But I am going to try. So that one is also going to be in here. I've also used it to like diffuse eyeshadow if it's not blending properly, so that might be another option. And then this one is newer to me. This is the Laneige one. And I'm really interested into seeing how this looks with some of my foundations because it's a really fun kind of compartment for it. And I also really like that it has a mirror. I don't have a handheld mirror, so I just use mostly a little like powder or eyeshadow palette, but I really like this one, so I've used it a few times. This puff is really nice, but I don't think it goes well with this powder. So I'm going to try it with these ones and then a different one for this. But you just push down and then product will come up. And it's supposed to be like the perfect amount. But I want to test it with some of these because I tried it with one and I did not like how it looked. Like it was very blurring, but then I just found it kind of was obvious throughout the day. And by that, I mean like pretty quickly. So I do want to see how it looks with other ones, but I'm excited to use this one. So keeping it pretty simple for powder. And before I get to any eye makeup, I want to just reorganize my drawer because I keep my palettes in a different place. This drawer is a monstrosity right now, or it was. It's looking a lot better now, but I need to figure out a little bit of a better method. So I feel like it's going to be a lot easier to have all the lip products in their own category with their blushes. And then this one will just be like my primers and eyeliners. I think that's going to be the best bet for me staying organized and making sure that I don't bring new products in here. I'm going to have to figure out what to do with this because this is in my rolling project and then this is just one I want to finish and I feel like I keep forgetting about it. But that would be nice to finish. And then a little freckle pen and some more lip products. Yeah, I think the best bet is going to make these their own. I'm pretty happy with that. I think I had the right categories for everything, but I might have mixed up some of the lip products or blushes. So that will kind of make it a little easier, I feel like, so that I can kind of stay on theme for the day or week or whatever and kind of have that cohesive makeup look I'm looking for. So then these, I think both of these will just go in the everyday, and then kind of the extras will go on the side where I can just see them. So I'll put the bronzer by the warm, contour by the cool, and then highlighter can just kind of go in there. And then my powders, it's gonna be kind of hard. Okay, I mean that works. Okay, I am much happier with how this is looking. This feels manageable and I still have my options, but I feel like I don't need anything else. Like this is what I've been craving for makeup wise. So I think this should be good. Okay, I'm really happy with this. So now we can go to eye makeup as well as my skincare reorganization. Now I want to go through my skincare and then my eyeshadow palettes, and a lot of this needs to just be moved out because I feel like I have duplicates of products. So I'm gonna take all my palettes out for now and then decide on which ones I'll be keeping and which ones I'll be rolling in. This is a color corrector I've been using. I feel like I should just move this to my daily drawer. Not sure where it's gonna fit, but that should go there. Okay, for example, what I was saying about duplicate products, I have 3 exfoliators in here and I definitely don't need that. So this one is newer and oh my god, do I love it. It is so good, but this one is almost empty. So I should prioritize finishing this one and then I can put this one back in here. And then this one I use more so for my body rather than my face, so this will stay in here. Don't need a hair oil in here. It has definitely gotten lost, so I'm just going to move it up so I can actually use it. Same with some random products in here, like I have a primer in here, and then while I keep my setting sprays in here, I think I want to move them to the top by my sink, just so I can kind of focus on them again like this. It has such a pathetic amount left, I need to finish it. And it's also my goal to finish this one this year. Another exfoliator. Okay, so what I do have in here, I have some face sprays. These are all going to stay in here because they kind of serve different purposes. I have a cleaning, disinfecting one. This one is just nice for any purpose, and then this one specifically for nighttime. So I'm going to keep these here. And then some pimple patches as well as face washes. So I think I'm just going to keep this one in here for now. I have two, but this one's a mini, so I should try and finish it. And then I have like my makeup removing one. And kind of some body oil. Oh wow, that already looks so much better. I definitely didn't need all of that other stuff in here at once. It's just way too crowded, and I'm not even using all those products at once, so it doesn't make sense. I have some fragrances over here just because they kind of fit. This one is in my project pan for the year, and then a nice bottle of Spice Bomb that I like keeping in here. But I'm thinking of bringing in a few more. So I'm gonna bring in some minis, but I want to bring in some large size perfumes. So the two that I'm bringing in, I have Pistachio Please from Finery, which is a really great dupe for the Sol de Janeiro lotions and sprays. And then this one is Kayali Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper. It is so nice. I have liked this one, though I feel like I'm not getting any use on it. So I kind of want to put that in here, and I think those are nice scents for fall. And then I will be leaving these two in. I've been using as my current lotions, and then this one is a nighttime lotion, so that'll also stay in here. And then that leaves some room for my palettes as well. From what I had in my drawer already, these are the three that are staying. So this one, if you know, is from my pan, that one for the year, though I'm doing horrible progress on it. I don't think I will reach those goals, but it's still a nice mixture of some neutrals and warm shades, which is what I was going for. So I think this would be a great one to have. And hopefully I can kind of push myself a little bit more to get some usage on there. And then this one I've been loving since I got it, though I feel like I haven't had a chance to play with everything yet. Especially like some of the shimmers. Like I've used this one, I think Ooey Gooey. Yeah, I like that one. But I just feel like I'm kind of just relying on the mattes in here, which I really like them, but I do want to play around with this more. And then this one is new to me, so I do really want to play around with it, and the colors are stunning. So I haven't even used it yet, but oh my goodness, those glitters and shimmers just look so pretty. And even the mattes, I really like the color story of it. So I am excited to get some use on this one too. So I feel like I'm going to be bringing in a lot. So I want to show you what I kind of pulled out for options, but I'm just not sure which ones I should actually keep. And I feel like this always happens to me where I pick a bunch and then I end up not using most of them. So I really do want to make sure that what I do roll in gets some usage so that I'm just using my products and having fun with them. So I picked quite a few. So I picked some palettes as well as single shadows. So I think I want to go through the palettes first, because then the single shadows I can kind of incorporate into those looks. Like I said, these three are staying. Okay, yeah, let's just start from the top. So this is Huda Beauty Creamy. I thought this one would be perfect for like those cool tone looks that I'm going for. And I guess my only issue is that these don't last very long. I've found that they kind of fade a bit, and I think that's why I don't really use it as much. I mean, you can tell like it looks like I used it a lot, but it's a cream product, so it kind of gets smushed down when you use it. They're still really pretty. I just feel like this shade and this one don't show up as they do in the pan, and they kind of look similar on the eyes. But I do want to bring this in and just kind of play around with it a little bit more. Leaning into those cool tones, I thought this ColourPop Plum Season would be really pretty to play with. I feel like a lot of these shades don't actually go well together. Like some do, but the ones that do are just kind of very similar, and I feel like I need other palettes to help them fuse together well. But I feel like I haven't been playing with color a lot, and it's something I would like to slowly get back into. And I think this is a really nice palette, and I feel like purple is just very fall too. Another color I think is so fall is greens, and this is another palette I feel like I just haven't given it love, even though I really love the color story. I feel like the mattes in here don't blend the best, but I do like the shimmers, at least the ones that I've used. But yeah, I would just like to get some more usage on these to know how I feel about the colors, and just working my way into using these fun colors that I have and love. I'm pretty sure this is my only like true warm toned palette, so whenever it's fall I feel obligated to bring it in, and I do actually get some good use on some of these shades. For Revolution, I feel like it blends fairly well and I have enjoyed it, so yeah, this will just be my warm palette for this season. This one is more of neutrals, but I really like that they're somewhat warm leaning. I just always feel weird bringing it in because I have this one, which none of the shades are identical, but I feel like they're close enough. And so it's kind of always stopped me from having both in at the same time, but I really do feel like these are different enough. I'm just gonna do it. Like, I'm not even using this palette anyway, or at least as much as I want to, so I'm just gonna do it. And then I have 2 more palettes to go. So this is another one I feel like in the fall I'm always bringing out because it's just nice, cool toned shades. And this formula is so stunning, especially the mattes. I love how easily they blend, but they still keep their pigment. So I am very excited to bring this one in too, because I just feel like it's been a while. And last time I had it in here, I think was in the spring, and I wasn't really using it as much as I thought I would. So I would like to try and make myself use it this time. And then the last one is my Nomad Ghost Town USA, which again just feels so fall. Like, I don't know, it's just the colors, but also the name of it and the theme, and it's just a really pretty palette. When I bought this, I feel like I didn't get to use it as much, though the shimmers are so pretty. But yeah, this is just another formula where I really like Nomad's mattes, and their glitters have a lot of impact, so I think this would be fun. And it also has some variation in colors. We have like the orange brown family. We have one pink, but then nice deep blues and greens. And again, that is just going to help me kind of playing with color again. And I feel like this has enough where it could kind of go with everything in here. So I think this one also is going in. So I feel like it's going to be a lot, but I'm just going to try and focus on creating certain looks. Like, that's kind of my goal, and I think I have some dedicated palettes for all of that. And then I also pulled out some single shadows. I think this category I would like to narrow down. So this is from About Face, and this is one of their eye paints. The shade is Fractal, and these are really fun. I find it a little hard to blend, like on the eyes, because they're creamy, but then I just feel like they kind of set quickly, and I can't really blend it with a brush, but they're creamy. So I think that's just something I kind of like need to learn how to work with. But I think that one is also perfect for fall. Then I have this one from Tarte, the Smolder Eyes, and the shade I have is Sultry. And this one is interesting. It also, I feel like, doesn't blend really well. It has kind of like this smudger on the end, and I love the color. It's absolutely stunning. But I feel like this just kind of erases it. And I had a hard time blending this with a brush as well, but I would like to get more use with it because I think it's still really pretty, and I was able to get it work. It just took forever to blend. This one is Glossier Lid Star in Herb, and I'm still working through my cub, but this one is such a really pretty shade, and it's a nice one and done, but I feel like it could also look really good with some browns, like smoked out, or even some lighter greens, like in the Baby Yoda palette. But then I have another single shadow. This one's from Ulta, and this is Green Eyed Girl. And this is another one I feel like just doesn't blend very well. But it's pretty. It's really pretty, and it's a lot sheerer than it looks in the pan. But it's still a really pretty shade. And then the last one I thought of bringing in was from Natasha Denona, and this is from the I Need a Warm palette. This is Dynamism. This one is gorgeous. Another one I just don't get enough time to play with. But I really do like that for like a nice smoky look. So from these, I don't know. I feel like these two I should take out. So the Green Eyed Girl from Ulta, and then the Sultry from Tarte. Because I feel like this one is a little bit more appropriate for winter. I mean, I feel like it could still work, but I'm kind of looking for a different color story, and this one kind of just seems to stand out amongst these colors. And then this one I feel like could be good for any time of the year. So I do want to try and get some more focused use on these other ones. So I will be bringing in these three, which I think are some fun colors to have. And for the final step for today's video, I'm going to be washing all of my makeup brushes. As you can see, they're pretty filthy, and I think the last time I washed them was the last time I did a Shop My Stash. So I seriously need to get to this. So my favorite is just using a bar of soap. I am just using the Irish Spring one today. I got it because it's super cheap, but I also heard someone say that it helped with their acne. Not specifically for washing their brushes, but for washing their face. So I'm okay with that. I'm gonna use it, and I might as well just try it for my face as well. I'll give it a go. But yeah, I just use this, and then I also have this for scrubbing some in there, and it's honestly kind of therapeutic. I just put on some music, and it is nice to get these all clean in a day. So I'm really happy with all the choices that I found. I am feeling so inspired by the makeup in that drawer. One of the lips I'm wearing today is the Etude tint that I was really excited to have as my dark lippy. I officially feel ready for the fall season, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you made it this far, please like and subscribe to support my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!